Have you ever wanted something so badly, but when you couldn't get it, you pretended you didn't want it at all? What if I told you that one clever fox did exactly that, and his small lie taught the world a big lesson? This is the story of Freddy the Fox, and the grapes he could never reach. On a warm summer morning, in a quiet countryside meadow, there lived a fox named Freddy. Freddy was known for being clever, very clever. He could sneak past farmers. He could outsmart hunting dogs. He could even steal food without making a single sound. But today, Freddy had a problem. He was hungry, not just a little hungry, the kind of hungry that makes your stomach growl loudly enough to scare birds from trees. Freddy had not eaten since the day before. He walked slowly through the tall grass, sniffing the air. There must be something to eat around here, he muttered. But the field was quiet. No rabbits, no chickens, no scraps, only silence and sunshine. As Freddy wandered farther, he noticed something shining in the distance. It was a vineyard. Rows and rows of grapevines stretched across the land. Hanging from the branches were the most beautiful grapes Freddy had ever seen. They were big. They were purple. They looked sweet and juicy. Freddy's eyes widened. "Oh, those grapes look delicious," he whispered. His mouth began to water. "These will be perfect. Sweet, fresh, and easy to eat. Today is my lucky day." Freddy trotted toward the vines confidently. Freddy stood beneath the largest bunch of grapes. He looked up. They were hanging high, very high. He stepped back, bent his legs, and jumped. Snap! He missed. He landed back on the ground with a soft thud. "That was just a practice jump," he said confidently. "I didn't really try." He backed up farther. This time he ran and leaped as high as he could, stretching his paws, opening his mouth, but again he missed. The grapes swayed gently above him, untouched. Freddy frowned. "No problem. I'm Freddy the Fox. I can do this." He tried again, and again, and again. Each time he jumped higher. Each time he missed. His legs began to ache. His breathing grew heavy. The sun felt hotter now. Sweat dampened his fur. Still, the grapes hung there just out of reach. Freddy sat down, panting. He stared up at the grapes. "Why are they so high?" he growled. He walked around the vine, looking for a lower bunch. Nothing. He searched for a rock to stand on. Nothing. He tried climbing the vine, but it was too thin and slippery. Freddy felt something new inside him. Not hunger, not determination, but frustration. "This is the last time," Freddy said firmly. He stepped back farther than ever before. He ran as fast as he could. He jumped with all his strength. For a moment, it looked like he might make it. But no, he missed again. He fell hard onto the dirt. This time he didn't get up right away. He simply lay there, staring at the sky. Slowly, Freddy stood up. He looked at the grapes one last time. Then something changed. His expression shifted. "Oh," he said loudly, brushing dirt off his fur. "Those grapes are probably sour anyway." He sniffed proudly. "They don't even look that good. I don't want them." He turned his back on the vineyard. "I was never hungry for grapes," he muttered. "I prefer meat." And with that, Freddy walked away. But as he left, his stomach growled again. High above, in an old oak tree nearby, sat Oliver the owl. Oliver had watched everything. He flew down quietly and landed on a branch near Freddy. "Leaving so soon?" Oliver asked calmly. Freddy jumped. "Oh, yes, of course. I didn't want those grapes." Oliver tilted his head. "You tried very hard for something you didn't want." Freddy's ears twitched. "They were sour. I could tell." "Did you taste them?" asked Oliver gently. Freddy hesitated. "Well, no." Oliver nodded slowly. "Sometimes, when we cannot have something, we pretend we never wanted it. It protects our pride." Freddy felt his cheeks grow warm. "I'm not protecting anything," he snapped. But deep down, he knew the owl was right. Oliver spoke kindly. "There is no shame in failing, Freddy. Everyone fails. The shame is in lying to yourself." Freddy looked back toward the vineyard. The grapes still shimmered in the sunlight. "I just didn't want to look foolish," Freddy admitted quietly. Oliver smiled. Trying is never foolish. Pretending you didn't care, that is the real mistake. Freddy sat silently, thinking. Oliver continued, sometimes we cannot reach our goals, not because they are bad, but because we need a better plan. Freddy looked confused. What do you mean? You tried jumping, but maybe you needed help, or patience, or a different idea. Freddy's mind began to turn. What if I built something? He asked slowly. Oliver nodded. Or return tomorrow with a new strategy. Freddy looked at the grapes again. They were not sour. They were simply high. Freddy sighed. I told myself they were sour so I wouldn't feel bad. Oliver smiled gently. That is a very common habit. Freddy's pride softened. So what should I do? Be honest with yourself, said Oliver. Say I wanted them. I tried. I failed. And that's okay. Freddy swallowed. I wanted them, he admitted. I tried. I failed. The words felt strange, but also freeing. Freddy stood taller. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow, he said thoughtfully, with a box to stand on. Or maybe I'll find another way. Oliver flapped his wings. That is wisdom. Freddy smiled. He wasn't ashamed anymore. He wasn't pretending. He was learning, and learning made him stronger than pretending ever could.